Fun with ions! What is this ion that we speak of, man number 2?
Well, man number 1.
An ion is an atom or molecule with a net electric charge due to the loss or gain of one or more electrons.
Ionic bonding is a strong bond.
Ionic bonding?
It is the result from some metal losing electrons to form cations and some non-metal gaining electrons to form an anion.
An anion? What is a cation?
A positively charged ion that has lost electrons.
Examples include NH4 plus and Ag plus.
What is this anion?
An ion?
You mean an anion?
Yes, are atoms that have gained electrons.
Examples include OH minus and SO42 minus.
Cool. How large are ions?
I can explain. Look at this chart, man number 1. Let me explain the chart, man number 1.
As the elements go down in a group, the ionic size increases. When an atom loses an electron to form a cation, the lost electron no longer contributes to the shielding of the other electrons from the charge of the nucleus. Consequently, the other electrons are more strongly attracted to the nucleus and the radius of the atom gets smaller.
Cool.
As the elements go across the period, the size decreases.
Awesome, man number 2. What is this ionization energy thing, man number 2?
Well, man number 1.
It is the energy needed to remove the outermost or highest energy electron from a neutral atom in the gas phase. Observe the chart with me.
Man number 1, did you notice the ionization increases across the period?
No, man number 2, I do not notice.
Well, man number 1.
As you go across the rows, the number of protons increase, which increases the positive charge on the nucleus. Because of that, it holds an electron closer to the atom, making it more difficult to remove an electron. Ionization energy also decreases down a group. Electrons are further from the nucleus and thus easier to remove from the outermost one.
Can you teach me what lattice energy is?
Guess what, man number 1?
Lattice energy is energy change when separated gas ions are packed together to form an ionic solid.
Is lattice energy negative or positive, man number 2?
Surprisingly, lattice energy is always negative
But why, man number 2? Why is it always negative?
because, man number 1,
Lattice energy is exothermic and always releases energy.
Gee, man number 2, I love all things lattice energy.
me too.
Besides wonderful flavor, what is this compound called salt?
Good question, man number 1. Let me explain.
The most common form of salt is sodium chloride. Salts are an ionic bond. Salts are made of cations, which are positively charged ions, and anions, which are negative ions.
However, man number 1, there are several varieties of salts.
Fascinating. But what is conductivity, man number 2?
Conductivity is the measure of the amount of concentration of ions in a solution, and the greater the ion concentration means that the solution will conduct electricity better. Salts dissolve in water to produce an anion and a cation. These ions make up the basis of conductivity in water.